Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to everyone, and especially the students of O level Islamiat and IGCSE. And today I'll give you the lecture about understanding based questions. It means how can we answer the short questions, because in paper 1 and paper 2 there are to attempt four questions. So every questions B part is called understanding based questions. It means there are four questions of paper 1, so 16 marks of paper 1, and similarly 16 marks of paper 2. So there are 32 marks. So 32 marks paper is based upon 4 marks. It means that is based upon short questions. So short questions are very important. No one can deny the importance of short questions. But short questions answers are not available in our books. And so the students, they what they do, they don't separately do preparation for the B parts. They sit in exams and they do that during exam. They think that the questions B parts, they are entirely different. They are not repeated. Mostly 98% B parts are not repeated, and therefore they don't learn them. So I think it's very bad habit, because if you want to get A star, you should separately do the preparation of B parts, because in B parts, if you are relevant and you are writing according to the pattern of CAIE, you can easily get 4 out of 4 marks. But the examiners of CIE, they will give you 4 out of 4. So it is easy for you to get a star if you are expert, if you are very good in B parts. So today we'll discuss about B parts, and firstly you will listen some important points, and then I'll just share with you there are 3 B parts from the past papers. Okay, now let's see the first important point. And the first important point is just like in A part, knowledge based questions. Similarly, the first point is to understand the question very, very carefully, because knowledge based questions, they are 80% twisting, either they are difficult to understand only 80%, but B parts 98% they are to understand first and then to answer. So in B parts you should be very careful to understand what is to be asked by the examiner. So first point is clear. You will read the question very carefully and you will know that what is the answer. Number two, it's purely creative. Own answer. Don't give answer from the A part points. It means the second point, that's very clear. It means the B part answer, that is your creativity. Just like in English paper, you just create the situation, you just create the environment, and then you do the answer. And similarly, in B parts of Islamia, you should think about it. What is its answer? What can be? So you will think in your own way and then you will write. If you will go to the grassroots level, it means if you will be very, very clear to the depth of the present time, you can get 4 out of 4 marks, because your answer is more creative, more original, you will get more marks. So number 2 point is very clear. own answer, don't give answer from the, it means you will not see the answer of B part. Might be some points are in A part. No, A part answer is knowledge based. So knowledge is in your books, knowledge is in, you can get from the internet, knowledge you can get from the notes. But B part answer, that is not in the, on internet, not in the books. It is purely in your own thinking. That is brain, that is in your brain. And if you will think about, and you can write more and more important and better answer. Okay, now see number 3. Point number 3 is no detail given. It means in B part, you will not write answer in detail. Only write reasons. The question, if the examiner is asking you, okay, why dua is important, so it means reasons. You will give the reasons. So you will write according to the command of the B part. Reasons are there. If logic is to be asked, comparison, either give present time examples. So in B part answer, you will give present time examples. And then number 4. Number 4 is give evaluation. Evaluation means you will see the opposite view. What can be the opposite view? That is called evaluation. It means after effects. If it cannot be happen, then what can happen? So the after effects, either the opposite view, that is called evaluation. It means to give opposite view and its after effects very briefly. And then write general and personal examples with your friends, cousins, or classmates. It means if the question come about the mercy, and you can write example, you can say that I showed mercy and I forgive my friend whenever he created some problems for me, and I forgive my friend for the sake of Allah, for the sake of the Prophet ﷺ's example, because Prophet ﷺ forgave his enemies, so I forgive him. So this is example, and if you will read the mark schemes, you will very clearly see over there. Okay, now next is reference can be written. It means you can write reference in B part. It means there is no hard and fast formula. You will give references in A parts only. You cannot give reference in B part. You can give reference in B part, but it is not compulsory. It means in B part, references are not compulsory, but in A part, references can be compulsory because it is written in the level descriptor page. The reference are to be written. If you will write references, then you will get 8 out of 10 out of 10. So in B part, it is not written references. If you will give, then it is your plus point. You will create a good impression upon the examiner. Okay. Don't hesitate to express your point of view or opinion. It means you will not hesitate about giving your own opinion. Give your own opinion without any hesitation. Might be the answer in your brain that is very good, but you are not writing. You are thinking that its answer is not in the books. I haven't listened anything from my teacher like that. Why I should write like that? Don't think about it, because might be your brain answer, your brain points are more beneficial than the teacher points, because that is creative. It means creative answer. Some children are very creative. They are very sensible, so they think more better than the other people. So for B part, you should be more and more creative. Okay, now the points are clear, and these are the 7 points, and according to these points you will see the B parts. Now I'll discuss with you some examples. Look at that. What first example is, question is, invocation is highly recommended. Invocation means dua. The question is, invocation is highly recommended after obligatory prayers. So what's it? It is fact. It means it is not the question. It is fact. This is the fact given by the examiner to you. Now the next thing is to be asked. It means what is the question? That is after that. So this is only information. Invocation is highly recommended after obligatory prayers. Then why do you think that is? This is the question. It means the examiner is asking that. Why do you think that is? It means you know that some people they don't ask anything in prayer after the obligatory prayer mean Fajr, Zohar, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. These are the five obligatory prayers. And after these prayers, you have seen some people, they don't ask in prayer after these obligatory namaz because they think that the whatever they have recited during the namaz, that was dua, so they don't need to ask anything extra after the namaz. So the question is, you will write that why do you think? It means no, this is your own view. Either you can say that why do you think? You don't the write about dua. What is dua? Which one is the good position of dua? What is meant by dua? No, this is not the answer. Not what is meant by dua answer. It is the revise the answer. It means why dua is important in your own thinking. So you can say that why do you think? You will say that I think because they are asking from you. So don't hesitate. Why I am writing I think. It is not written in the book. I think why I'm writing. So you will give answer according to the question. They are asking you, what do you think? So you will say that I think there are many benefits. I think there are many benefits like. It means don't go into detail. You will say that, for example, you can say that I think there are many benefits. For example, dua joins relation in between God and human. Okay, whenever a Muslim, whenever a person after obligatory prayer does dua, his relation with God becomes strengthened. So it's the one point. You will not explain this point. You will just write the points. This is the benefit. Next benefit, you can say that whenever a Muslim is in distress, whenever a Muslim is in problems, then after the obligatory prayer, he just like does discussion with his God. He he expresses his worries to God, and he is very, you can say that he is ensured that Allah Almighty is listening to me. Allah Almighty will remove my problems. So these are such type of points you will write in B part. Okay, now I'll move towards the next question. Next is, why did Abu Bakr Radhiyallahu Ta'ala anhu think it of great importance to defeat the false prophets? The question I think is clear, not a difficult one. Question is very clear. Why did Abu Bakr Radhiyallahu Ta'ala anhu think it of great importance to defeat the false prophets? So it is called evaluative answer. Evaluative answer mean after effects. Firstly, you can say that if Abu Bakr Radhiyallahu Ta'ala anhu did not take any action against the false prophets, then the Islamic Sharia will entirely be changed. Because you know that Musailama Kazzab has made some lawful things to unlawful. And you know that he made permissible wine. He said that don't need to give zakat. Clear? So, and he also shortened, he also finished some prayers. He said that don't need to offer Isha prayer because at that time a person needs to rest. So he has invented some verses by himself. So you can say that if a worker did not take action, then it can happen. What can happen? Then Islamic Sharia might be entirely changed. Then for the future Muslims, the the major outline, the major teachings given by God and the Prophet ﷺ, how they can be preserved for the future Muslims. So if a worker did not take action, then the future Muslims cannot be on the straight path. So this is your answer in such a way you can give the points between, but don't give into detail. Don't write that Musalma Kazab is that, he belonged to that tribe, he did that, he did that. No. You will say that why Abu Bakr? If Abu Bakr got the action, then it's beneficial. If not, then the problems. Okay. Now see the last question. Explain how Al Hussein alayhi salam's death remains important to Muslims today. It means it is today's Muslim. It means how. The question is how Al Hussein alayhi salam's death remains important to Muslims today. You will say that, in my opinion, Al Hussein alayhi salam's death is very important for the Muslims of today because Hussein alayhi salam set an example in between. You can say that he drew a line in between a bad ruler and in between a good ruler. It means Imam Hussein Islam did not give importance to his life. He gives more importance to Islamic teachings. He has given more importance to the Quran and Sunnah's real teachings. So he sacrificed, he gave his life, he gave the life of his sons and daughters. But he saved Islamic values. He set an example. He set a model for the future Muslims. It means in present day, the Muslims should take stand. If a ruler is involved in corruption, if a ruler is not, you can say that he is not making some principles for the people to be on the right path, and he is getting his benefits unlawfully, then the people should take stand against that corrupt leader. You can give the names, you can highlight the present situation, but according to the question. And you are to give 4 to 5 points. It means 4 to 5 points, maximum 6 points. But 6 points can be written 8 to 12 lines, half page. It means you will write its answer at the half page. I'll just show you the page. Look at that. This is the full page of exam. Lines are there, and half page over there. It means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maximum 12 lines. So within the 10 lines, 10 to 12 lines, you can write its answer. So its answer, not in detail, its answer requires a variety of points, variety of different points. It means you will just write the points, don't explain your points. Clear? I think you have gotten my point of view. Okay, now thank you very much. And if you have some questions, you can ask, and you please share your views. And because if you will share your views, if you will ask something, and then I'll make my lectures more, you can say that, bring improvement for you, more clear for you. Clear? Okay, subscribe my channel. In this way you will get the new topics, because the new lecture, if if I have made some new lectures and if whenever you have subscribed, then you can easily get it. Okay, now it's the new lecture. Clear? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.